everybody, my name is the Dr. 011 and welcome to another episode of the Great Model Railway Journeys. So everybody, in this episode of the Great Model Railway Journeys, I've got a few new accessories to show off to you, and for 3 of them, hopefully, I can kind of give you an idea of where I want to put them on my layout. As you will have seen a few weeks ago, I took the Great Model Railway Journeys on tour for the first time, where I visited a model railway in Chester Cathedral by Pete Waterman. And while I was in Chester, I didn't just go to the exhibition, I also visited the model shop. I've got a few things behind me that I'm going to show you in a second, and hopefully, like I said, add to the layout. Before that, I'd also like to shout out one of my latest videos from a few weeks ago, the second Great Model Railway Journeys on tour. I don't normally like promoting my own videos, but in that video I visit one of the most incredible model railways I think I've ever seen, and I really would recommend you go and watch it after this video. I'm going to leave a link in the top corner of the screen, so make sure to click on that after you've watched this video because it is absolutely phenomenal. But enough said, we're going to get on to looking at some of the new stuff. Right, so I'm just going to get on with the things I bought in Chester. First up, I have, quite simple, this is not going to go on the line today, but I've got a bag of ballast. As you may have seen in my Great Model Railway Journeys extra quite a while back now, but I was saying at some point I want to try and ballast the line. With this, it's basically, I'm just going to get a bag now, so then whenever we get around to it, I have some and we can get going straight away. Costs £3.90, really not too bad for the amount of ballast in here. And obviously, if you don't know like railway terms, ballast is basically the rocks that go underneath the railway. So that hopefully obviously enhance the line, make it look better, more realistic. But I have got a bag of that from Hornby, so I can get going whenever we have the chance to do it. Next up, I'm going to show you these shelters. I've got 2 shelters, £8.95, which might seem a bit steep if you're not from the model railway community. It is an expensive hobby. We've covered this before, but it's really not too bad. So I've got 2 shelters. One of them's going to go on the big passenger station, and the other one will go on the slightly littler one on the inner loop. So basically just a nice, simple, kind of like bus shelters, but for the railway line. So not too much going on, but hopefully get them out of the box and show you them on the platforms. Next up, I have some train spotters. I thought I haven't actually got any people on my line. Well, I have, and I'll pick up one of them here. But they're N gauge, so they're quite small in comparison. It's for the gauge of model railways lower down below double O gauge, so I've actually got some right scale people now. So I thought train spotters was quite fun, there's people with cameras and notebooks. I'll kind of just try and show you that. There isn't loads, you can, but you get the idea. £10.95, so like I said, it's not a cheap hobby. But I really love these people. I thought these are the best ones there, so I thought, let's get these. Get some people spotting the trains on my layout, why not? And the last thing I bought at Chester Model Shop was this tree with a bench around it. See, £7.50, which really isn't too bad. My mum quite liked this one, so I thought, you know what, let's get this, it's pretty cool. Have a tree, probably even a place for a train spotter to sit, I think would be quite nice, on the bench around the bottom. I think that could be really nice. So that's what I've got. And now I'm just trying to get them out of the box and show you where I'm thinking of putting them on the layout. Right, so just before I get them out onto the line, I thought I might as well show you them individually. This is one of the train spotters, which might not focus. No, but you can kind of see blurrily they're holding a camera. They've got a nice little kind of schoolboy look. It's cool. Another one. This person has a notepad. You can't really see, like the focus isn't great. I'm trying to keep it still, but holding both things, holding my phone with a hand and a person. He's got a notebook as well, I believe. So that's cool. This person's sitting down and has a camera. It's a nice yellow coat. So I might put them on the bench with the tree that you can see just there. That's the next person. This person has a notebook and a school bag, I believe. There's the school bag on the side. Sorry, it's blurry. Even if I hold it here. Yeah, the focus isn't great. And then the last person has a notebook as well. Just kind of get an idea. This person's also sitting down. So obviously it's not the best quality, but you can see. The shelters actually, feel quite good. It's obviously plastic, but the paint jobs apply quite well. And obviously I'll put this was identical. And then last but not least, I have the tree here It kind of doesn't really stand up on its own, so I have to, like, you know, glue it to the floor or something. But basically, obviously, it should stand up. But it's just like kind of like a nice birch tree, silver birch with the bench around it. So yeah, I'll try and put them on the layout now for you. So I've got the tree up here. Granted, it isn't, you know, it's being held up by a literal stone, which is literally massive compared to the person. But just to give you the idea, I've kind of put the tree here, and I've got one of the train spotters sat down on the bench, waiting for the trains to come along the line here. And I think that works quite nicely there. I might be another place, but just as an idea, that this is kind of how it would look with the train spotter on it. And yeah, I really like that. I'll go to the next things. Right, so moving on to this platform, I've put the shelter here next to the pillar box, and I've actually probably picked the wrong person. Probably should switch the people on the benches around. But we've got a train spotter on the bench waiting for trains to come through this station. And then as we whiz over to the bridge on the layout, I've got a person on the bridge. They don't really stand up very well, so I've kind of just plonked them against walls. But he's stood there waiting for a train, and then I've put the other three, one up against the wall there, and then two of them waiting by the fence, waiting for a train to come. And then there's the N-gauge person for perspective. The new ones are a bit bigger. But no, I think this works really nicely, actually. So I think there's 6 of them in total. So I've got one on this bench, one on the bridge, 3 on that platform, and then, of course, the man down here watching trains. So there isn't, you know, loads to show in this video. I thought I might as well show off the new things I've got. It's really nice to just have all these more and more details coming onto the layout to make it more realistic, and, you know, it's always lovely to have more on the layout. So we've now got people to give it a bit a burst of life. We've got some shelter so they don't get wet when it rains, you know, because the UK rains a lot. Got a nice tree, which, you know, always enhances the line. You know, from this direction, I actually put another tree there. This is a real bush that's held up by pliers. Don't tell anyone. But, you know, no, I'm really happy with how it's looking now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, showing off some of the new stuff. If you have, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you are new around here. We're so close to 100 subscribers, so anyone that wants to subscribe will be much, much appreciated. But thank you for watching this video, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.